Welcome back, fight fans. Today's episode is special because we have the most awaited battle royale for UFC 288. You guessed it. Today we'll be cracking down on Henry Cejudo versus Aljamain Sterling, exchanging fists in the octagon. The two fighters have landed the main event in 288, and fans are in a frenzy for the outcome. So let's see what the buzz is about without wasting time. The battle for bantamweight. This weekend, UFC makes its first visit to The Rock in Newark, New Jersey, since the summer of 2019. The pay-per-view event will feature an iconic fight between reigning bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling and returning X2 division champion Henry Cejudo. On the one hand, Sterling has an 8-fight win streak dating back to 2018, with 2 championship wins over Peter Yan and a second-round TKO win over TJ Dillashaw. On the other is Cejudo, with a 3-year retirement and mission to snatch Sterling's bantamweight title. The odds may seem against Cejudo, but Twitter Town disagrees. One fan doesn't seem too impressed with Sterling's victories. MMA Junkie tweeted, "Would beating Henry Cejudo make Aljamain Sterling the greatest bantamweight of all time?" A fan replied, "No, the first win was a DQ in a match most thought he was losing. The second Yan win, although legit, was a boring display. His win against TJ is not without the context of TJ only having one arm and no roids. These are some of the worst wins in UFC history." MMA Nest podcast is also vouching for Cejudo. Another fan defended Cejudo's time off with this comment on a post. "Time off is only bad if you aren't actively training. Look at GSP and John Jones more recently. Cejudo's been training with killers during his time off. If anything, he'll be even better in the future." Meanwhile, anonymous NYC VNL commented on the same post. "CCC is a phenomenal athlete. Both guys are. AS has the size and some silly kickboxing and slick JJ. Henry's a technical head-on collision. If Algie gets his back, he wins. If Henry gets some takedowns, he wins. I think it'll be a scrambler. They'll be bucking down early." McGregor Rouser tweeted, "I think I speak for everybody when I say that Aljamain Sterling beats Henry Cejudo. He will be unarguably the greatest fighter of all time." Mr. Alien Bob replied, "I'm old enough to remember Aljo getting dogged for weeks on end when initially earning the title." Another Cejudo fan replied to the same tweet, "Aljo has no path of victory against Cejudo. He's worse at everything except submission, and that isn't going to matter when they fight." Another voted in Cejudo's favor with the tweet, "UFC 288 predictions. Belal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. Muhammad wins by submission in round 1. Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. Cejudo wins by submission in round 1. Sterling has also been vocal about his opponent so far. He said,
He is a cringy guy, and I think he's just very socially awkward. Other than that, as a competitor, I respect him and everything that he brings to the table. Him talking about he wanted to rip my face off. I'm like, if you want to rip my face off, you would have shown a little bit different energy, but you were unsure of yourself, which you're going to be unsure of yourself in that octagon on May 6th.
What are your bets on this epic fight? Do you think Triple C will make a victorious return? Or will Funkmaster retain his title? How many of you can't wait for Sterling to eat his words? Let us know in the comments. Featherweights. An exciting duo for featherweight is Gracie versus Charles Jourdain. Gracie may be a jiu-jitsu expert, but he's returning to the octagon after a while. Meanwhile, Jourdain has a decent list of submissions to his name, and there's no denying his striking skills. Vinny Talks even started a poll, and it looks like fans are vouching for Jourdain. Another tweeted, "Kron's comeback is going to be the worst or the best ever. I'm very intrigued. Also, Jourdain is cool." Meanwhile, some fight fans weren't expecting this fight. They tweeted, "Gracie versus Charles Jourdain is the most random fight booking I can remember. I cannot wait." But others aren't too keen on seeing this fight. One fan tweeted, "Still hate the Gracie versus Charles Jourdain fights being on the PPV. Even though I ain't paying for it anyway, I still would have liked seeing Drew versus Matt over them." Another agreed. "Yep, Gracie versus Charles Jourdain makes 0 sense. Mitchell versus Evloev should be good though." Another featherweight is Movsar Evloev versus Diego Lopez. And between Evloev's striking and scrambling, UFC fans predicted a 71% win for him. Belal Muhammad vs. Gilbert Burns. We can't forget the co-main event between Muhammad and Burns, and it looks like Burns is the winner on Twitter. Between Burns' grappling and Belal's fight skills, this'll be a tough competition, guys. One fan broke down their fighting with the tweet, "Yeah, but Burns rumbles and takes more chances. Belal takes the easy way out and hugs you. Burns is way more exciting." Another Burns voter tweeted, "If Gilbert Burns beats Belal Muhammad, he'd arguably be on a 5-fight win streak. I've rewatched his match versus Khamzat Chimaev about 20 times, and there's an argument for him winning." MMA Junkie tweeted, "Belal Muhammad simply couldn't say no to UFC 288 fight versus Gilbert Burns. Aims to steal Kobe Covington's title shot." Meanwhile, one fan wonders why the fight isn't getting the clout it deserves. They tweeted, "How is Belal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns not a #1 contender fight? It looks like this 5-round fight will fire up the octagon like no other. Who's gonna make it on top? Comment below to let us know." Women's strawweight. And we'll see Jessica Andrade face off against Xiaonan Yan for women's strawweight. Let's see who dominates the octagon between these two on May 6th. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. We hope the best fighters win and you enjoyed the breakdown. We'll be back with more in another video. Until then, peace out.